I remember when I was first starting out my business, I was just writing down whatever I could or whatever I wanted to try and figure out how I would place my systems. But eventually I learned, and I'm going to teach you how you're going to come up with your systems and how you're going to write about it in the best way that isn't confusing to you, that's going to be able to get your customers and not confuse them. Now, of course, the first thing you're going to need is your idea, which you probably already have, and if you don't, it's going to be revolving around what you want to do and what you would do regardless of if money was involved or not, which I didn't do at first, but this is what's coming up with the next idea. Now, after you have your idea, you're going to have to figure out a little pitch that you're essentially going to give to your customers in about 15 seconds or less if you can explain it. The reason I say 15 seconds is because people's attention spans didn't get shorter, but they want more now. Their standards are higher, so you're going to need to convey whatever you want to sell or whatever you want to do in a lot shorter of a time and put all your ideas, essentially shrink them and deliver it as quick as possible. Now, the next thing you're going to do after you figure out your idea is you're going to want to learn and essentially write down how you're going to execute it. I'm going to use a really basic example right here, but say you're going to sell lemonade. You're going to want to figure out, how am I going to execute this? Let's say it's a lemonade stand. You're going to want to build a stand, have the lemons, the sugar, everything, the water. You're going to want to have all that stuff ready. And essentially, once you figure out how you're going to deliver this to your customer, after that, you're going to want to know how you're going to get the customer in the first place. For example, how are you going to get the leads? Are you going to cold approach or warm approach? Which cold approach is essentially you go out and you find them. Warm approach is they come out and they come to you. Now, I'm a bigger fan of cold approach because, of course, you're going to be more in control of it. You're in charge of finding the customer, getting the customer. You're in charge of all that, and there's no really delay to it. Now, warm approach is probably better for the long term, where the customers are essentially going to come to you. You're going to have something that's essentially a magnet that's drawing them in, something that's so good they can't resist. And after you figure out how you're going to attract the customer, the next thing you're going to want to do is set up how you're going to sell to them, your sales system. If you have sales guys, you're going to want to figure out the commissions, everything, as well as the pricing. Now, if you're cold approaching, you're going to be selling on the spot. With warm approaches, after they get in, you're going to have to find a way for them to buy once they're at you. And after you've found customers, or how you're going to get the customers and how you're going to sell to the customers, the last thing you're going to need is all the things to actually execute the entire plan. From the sale to collecting the payment to delivering what you promised on, that is the last step that you're going to need. It's going to be to make everything physical and real and existing. Now, that's how you plan your business idea and start to really bring it to life. It all starts with the idea, and it starts with the concept. And then after that, you're going to have to get the proof of concept, where you go out and you actually try all this. I really hope this video helped someone out at least. This is how I ended up figuring out the next business I want to start, and sort of with what I did before. It was a lot more all over the place, but these are the essentials that I needed. And if you did enjoy the video, please do subscribe. And with all that being said, I hope you enjoy the rest of the day and take care.